So my oldest, no, actually my youngest didn't finish off her supper last night. This was from her second bowl. So she had a little bit of curry. I'm going to add some more curry to it, and she's going to have this for breakfast. My oldest also didn't finish her food, but she usually doesn't get up enough to really want to eat any breakfast. So, but she'll eat her snacks once she gets to school. They're allowed to eat the first period, and that's what she does. And so does my youngest. Sometimes she's not up early enough. So my oldest for lunch is going to have a buttered bagel, as she doesn't like cream cheese, and some cheeses sliced in marble cheese. She'll assemble that if she wants or eat it separate. And then my youngest is going to have cream cheese on a bagel. These are everything bagels with some salami. And today they're going to have strawberries. I rinsed them off. I keep the skins on the little leaves there. Not skins. Because if I take them off, then they start to leak strawberry juices. And sending strawberries to school is always a hit and miss. I bought them yesterday. I will show you a link of my grocery haul where I only picked up some fresh fruits and vegetables and some cheese. I did not pick up any meat, and that is a big, huge thing for me, because I'm trying to reuse up all my freezer stuff. So I mainly picked up stuff I picked up lots of lettuce because we were lacking in salads. So the next week or two, you will be seeing a lot of salads. As I had tomatoes still, but no lettuce and no cucumber. And that's our basis to most of our salads. So I picked up lettuce, and I picked up a few tomatoes and a bunch of cucumber. But I will link the grocery haul in this video, and you can see what I bought and how much I spent, which was significantly less than what I normally spend. I'm not going to include my personal items or cleaning supplies or stuff for the house, just the food items. And today they'll have pears. I haven't given them pears for a while. Just pears. It's usually fruit salad or peaches. I'll see how they like them. And since it's Friday, they're going to have a pudding. They don't get puddings or really anything sweet, except for on Fridays or special occasions like their birthdays or something. I try and keep it as relatively healthy and convenient stuff as much as from scratch as possible, but some things like the yogurt tubes, which is just yogurt in a tube, and the fruit cups, which is, processed, but it's actually real fruit. I try and limit them, but you have to kind of work within your means and also work with what your kids will eat. My kids won't eat a fresh pear in their lunch because they bruise too easily, right? They will eat a fresh pear at home because it doesn't bruise. Same with bananas. I sometimes send them bananas when I first get them because they don't bang up as much, but as soon as they get banged up, my kids won't touch it. And I'd rather my kids be eating the fresh stuff or eating something relatively healthy than not eating healthy at all. And this is what I'm having: bagel, cream cheese, and salami. So for my lunch today, I'm going to have my leftovers from supper last night. I wasn't feeling very good after I did the video of supper, so I didn't end up eating my supper. All I did eat was some rice and some naan bread, because I all of a sudden had a fever and a headache and was feeling nauseous and not feeling well. I'm feeling a tiny bit better today, but that's what it is. I'm hungry, and I really like curry. I still have this much left of the chicken, not the chicken, that's the chickpea curry that my youngest daughter, and I really like curry. And then there's this much left of the chicken curry. So these will be used up this weekend. That's the label from the lamb curry. I just grabbed the wrong lid. Don't want to be confused. But we'll eat the rest of those because I don't want to freeze them again, even though we reheated it. My husband said he wants to be not having any curry for at least another week or two. So you won't be seeing any more curry recipes the next 2 weeks, as far as I know. We'll see how long that goes, because the rest of us really love curry. And I'm going to have my 2 samosas from yesterday, and I'm going to heat up at least one of the breads. And that will be my lunch. So my plan is to chop up some lettuce, and I'm going to put some in the bowl, some for salad tonight, and then I'm going to put the rest in these big, tall mason jars. They are, so 1,600 mils up to here. So that's like almost another 400 mils. So I'm guessing these are about 2 liters. I'm going to try something with seeing if this will work as storage in the fridge. Already cut up lettuce, which will mean easy to make salads. I saw a few videos with people doing it, and it lasted a few days to a week, so I'm going to try that now. I'm going to try and set this up so that you can see me cutting lettuce. Okay, I'm going to try that again. So they're just thinly sliced in slivers. Good. I already washed the lettuce, and they were already pre-washed, the bag said, so. Take a jar right here. Putting the lettuce in here and see how well these work. I did get the jar food saver thing for doing dry goods, but I don't know if the mason jar attachment would work for fresh food. So I'm not going to try it this time. I'm just going to first see how long lettuce lasts in a mason jar to begin with, and then we'll go and see about attempting with the food saver, because the last thing we want is really to crush the lettuce, because, you know, then what's the point of having lettuce, right? I think this will be just enough for one jar. I won't have to do the second jar, because then I'll have enough lettuce for salad tonight. And that's not the right time. It's like 12:15 on my house clock. At one point the power went out and I never reset the time. So my house, the clocks don't tell the right time. None of them. My coffee maker is also the same. So it's 12:15. That one says 9:50. My microwave doesn't even have a time. And my coffee maker says 11:47. And the closest to time is our thermostat, which says 1:12, which we just never changed it when the time change happened in the fall. Just because I'm too lazy to change it. So, and this is a good way to reuse the lids that you used for canning for dry storage or fridge storage. Because you can't reuse those lids for canning again, but they do still provide a good seal, so air doesn't go in there. So I'm going to see how long this lasts in here and see if there's any difference. Now I have lettuce already set up for salad tonight, which I'm going to have with black bean rice, shrimp, and cilantro and lime dish for supper. And I'll do some more prep later. So for tonight, I am making a cilantro and lime with black beans and rice. Sorry, it was a cilantro, lime, shrimp with black beans and rice. I'm adding chicken to it. This is frozen chicken that I had cooked up the other day and made stock out of the bones. I froze it into just a regular Ziploc baggie and then put this with the other bag in a bigger Ziploc baggie, so I had like one meal's worth of chicken in here. So I still have another meal of that chicken I cooked about, how many days ago? 4 or 5? January is such a confusing month, especially with the holidays. I'm going to put the link to the recipe below, as well as I'm adding a few other things. I'm going to add some diced green peppers, because that's what I had on hand that were starting to go wrinkly, getting old, and 3 tiny onions, so about half a cup to a cup's worth. I'm going to saute those up. I'm also using leftover rice from last night, as I purposely made more, and I'm using dried beans that I previously cooked in my Crock-Pot. So I'm going to start cooking in my cast iron pot thing here. I think it's a Dutch oven. And I'm going to put some olive oil in there, just a little bit, and the garlic and onions. The recipe doesn't call for onions, but I think it needs some onions. And I'm going to get that sauteed with those two. Now I'm going to zest my lime and get this in here because it calls for the juice of a lime. I'm going to add lime zest because it has lots of flavor. I'm going to pause it. So there's the lime zest and there's my lime. I'm going to do the juice of the lime zest, as well as I do 2 packets of true lime, which is just dehydrated powdered lime, and the little bit of water it calls for. Its only ingredient is lime. Let me see. Crystallized lime, or was organic dried cane syrup. Okay, so there's 2 ingredients. So, but I use this when I don't have limes, or to just put in water to drink, or in a recipe. Since I have 1 lime, I'm going to do 2 of these packets to give it a little bit more of a lime flavor, since I am adding chicken to this and I'm using leftover rice. See, this is just starting to get hot. Well, that was fun. I'm now using a fry pan because my Dutch oven thing just broke. I transferred the cooked onions and peppers and garlic into this pan. And now I'm going to add my shrimp and cook them up and put that also in here. And the chicken to just reheat. But I have to cook the shrimp first to make sure they're cooked. And so these are starting to cook. And the way to know that shrimp is cooked, and you don't want to cook them too long, is that they turn pink. They go from this gray blue to a pink, and you want to only cook them lightly because they'll cook a tiny bit more. I'm going to be reheating this in the oven to heat up the rice and beans. Otherwise, the shrimp will get chewy and you don't want that. And I'm just going to season this with some salt and pepper. We like a lot of pepper, not much salt, but and also the recipe called for crushed red pepper flakes. It called for a measurement. I don't really measure, and we like a little bit of heat anyways. And now I'm going to stir this up. And I'm going to add the chicken that I chopped up. That's about a cup and a half of chicken chopped. So while I'm doing that, I'm gonna grease the pan. I'm going to do it in my lasagna pan now to heat up in the oven. So the way I cook is I look at recipes, I get the ingredients and I figure it out, and then I use what I have on hand. And by doing so, my recipes aren't exactly the same as the ones online, but they're usually pretty close, or sometimes it might be better, sometimes it might be worse, but it allows me to be creative. And that's the thing I like, is getting inspired by recipes. Like I saw this recipe the other day, and I was like, oh, I need to make this because it looked really good. And I had shrimp that I needed to use from the freezer, and I have dried beans. And we always have rice in the house, so just trying to get all in the crevices so that things don't stick. Because the last thing you want is, after all this work, to have everything burn. Now stir this. So the shrimp is almost already cooked. I mean, literally, shrimp takes about 2 minutes. It's nature's fast food. I'm just always shocked at the price. Now, these shrimp, I don't buy them the regular price. Like this package was 300 grams. And usually this package to between 300 and 454, so a pound of shrimp, can go for $10.99 easily. And I wait till it's on sale. So this package of shrimp was $5.99, and it's going to feed us. And I believe there was even a peel off sticker on it for an amount, because I tend to buy it then and stock up, because I had a few of these, and these ones were already peeled, so I didn't even have to do that. So this is my leftover rice. It's all kind of stuck together a bit from the rice cooker. See at the bottom it had a little bit of sticking parts. So I'm just breaking this apart to see how much rice there is, to see how much black beans I need to add to it. But turn off my stove because the shrimp is now cooked, are not cooked. There goes my bad grammar. I do this with the cold ingredients, not with the hot, because my hands would burn. So I used about half the bag that I had done. It wasn't this whole big bag, but it was about half of a bag. You saw what was in the pot before. And I'm just going to mix this together, break up some more pieces. Because you want to have, like I like to have a pretty even bean to rice ratio in dishes and casseroles that I use them. Because beans are dirt cheap and they're very healthy for you. They're packed with protein. And rice is not as packed, but it's a good filler. And this is basmati rice, so it has a little bit more stuff than regular white rice. If I had my brown rice out, I'd probably make that too. But since I had made this for an Indian dish, I just made double. So I put the chicken and shrimp mixture on top, and now I'm going to put the onions and peppers and garlic. And then I'm going to mix this all together. Alright, put it on top like that. And then I'm going to put the lime zest on top and get that out. And squeeze these limes. And then I put some water in the container that had a little bit of the lime zest still stuck in there. And I'm going to put the 2 true lime packets in there. And just kind of stir it up and drizzle it all over. And then I'm going to stir this around so that everything is coated with the lime and the peppers and shrimp and the celery, not celery, onions, and just get a good coating. And then I'm going to put this in the oven to heat up, probably 375 for 10-20 minutes. And it should be done because everything here is cooked, so all it needs to be done is to be reheated. I'm going to be serving this with a side salad that I'm going to make. I think I'm going to make maybe a Greek salad because I have a half can of olives in the fridge left over from a salad I made the other day. And when this comes out of the oven, I will add the chopped cilantro right here. Before I go on, I just want to show you my broken pot. I don't know why it broke. I've used it on the stove a million times before, but sometimes these things happen. So all I can say is thank goodness I had more onions and peppers to re-saute them in the pan. And this is going into the garbage. That made a big loud bang. So, you know, accidents happen. And so far, this is the first one I've broken in years. And here's the lettuce I cut earlier. And here's some diced tomatoes. That was about 3 plum tomatoes. And this was a whole English cucumber. I took the skins off because my husband tends to like it without the skins. But I'm not going to throw the skins away because I like the skins. So I tend to have them right here. And I'll put some salt and pepper on them and just eat them. Or just eat them as they are, like this, as I'm doing right now. Oh yes, feta cheese. So I get a big thing of feta cheese at Costco. Not the big one, but the one that's about $9 for a kilogram. And it's good for like months after you buy it. And I just take a slice of it to put in the salad. So this was about a 1-inch slice of one of the chunks. Like it's kind of cut into 2 rectangular chunks. So you don't really need a lot. Like a little bit of feta will make your salad taste like Greek salad. And here is the half thing of sliced olives. Get them all out. There we go. And remember the green onions I cut off the green onion plant and I put in a jar. I'm going to put that in too. Finish that off. And here are the green onions growing. Kind of see they are coming down. they are about 4 inches above the jar. So I cut them here, which was down here, and they've grown about 3 inches in a couple days. So that's going to be basically my Greek salad, and I have some Greek salad dressing in the fridge that I'm just going to put on it. And for those who don't want Greek salad dressing, I have a whole bunch of salad dressings open in the fridge, like creamy cucumber is a favorite here, and ranch, and a balsamic vinaigrette. And then we have other ones that we've had for a specific salad. That's part of my problem, is having too many salad dressings open because everybody likes something different. But with a salad like this, I can customize with their preference. It has all the veggies in here, some cheese, and this with the cilantro, lime, shrimp, black beans, and rice, and chicken, because I have one kid who will not eat the shrimp. That's why I threw the chicken in. So she'll have it with chicken, and the rest of us will have it with both. There's probably going to be leftovers of that tonight if people are still hungry. So here's supper. I just put the cilantro on top. You can just still see the steam coming out. And then my daughter made, from Pampered Chef, the Greek dressing seasoning, which she measured out olive oil and red wine vinegar, and then the spices. She didn't leave much left, but hopefully there's enough in the mason jar for another meal. So this is supper with the Greek salad that you saw earlier, and we are going to enjoy. Oh, just a sec. This I got New Year's, and it was 30% off, and I put in the freezer. Paid $1. Actually, it was on sale for $1, and I only paid 70 cents. That's going to be for dessert.